Welcome back to Athletic Avengers, where we dish out the hottest sports takes with zero mercy. Big news out of New Orleans today, March 31st, 2025. The Pelicans are pulling the plug on Zion Williamson and CJ McCollum for the rest of the 2024-2025 season. Zion's got a backbone contusion, CJ's nursing a foot issue, and I've got a roast hotter than a Louisiana summer. Let's dive in. First up, Zion Williamson, aka the Human Injury Report. The Pelicans shut him down with a low backbone contusion, ending his season after just 38 games. This year, he's averaging 24.6 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists on 54.9% shooting when he actually plays. But let's be real, folks. Zion's availability is like a solar eclipse, rare, overhyped, and you're lucky if you catch it. Over 6 seasons, he's played 190 out of 412 possible games. That's a 46% attendance rate. My man's out here collecting $193 million guaranteed on that 5-year max extension, potentially $231 million if he could hit some benchmarks. Newsflash, Zion, the only benchmark you're hitting is the buffet line. Speaking of weight, those contract clauses about keeping it in check. Yeah, Zion's been tiptoeing that line like it's a tightrope. At 6'6", 280 plus pounds, he's built like a tank, but tanks don't break down every other week. I'm not saying he's eating his feelings after every injury, but if the Smoothie King Center starts offering Zion-sized portions, we'll know why. Dude's a freak when he's on. 24.6 points per game this year proves it. But he's got to trade some of those highlight reel dunks for a yoga mat and a prayer to stay now. Let's pivot to CJ McCollum, the vet who's also calling it quits early with a right foot contusion. CJ's played 47 games this season, dropping 21.1 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 4.8 assists while shooting 46.5% from the field and 41.8% from deep. Not bad for a 33-year-old locked into $30 million plus next year. But here's the kicker. CJ's been the Pelicans' most consistent guy in this injury-plagued dumpster fire of a season, and even he can't stay on the court. 47 games out of 75 so far. That's decent compared to Zion, but it's still a C for effort, CJ. You're supposed to be the steady hand, not joining the IR club, although we know CJ has had personal injuries as well in the past. Together, Zion and CJ could have been a lethal combo. 24.6 and 21.1 points a night is nothing to sneeze at, but instead they're the poster boys for New Orleans' training room. The Pelicans are 21-54, 14th in the West, and spiraling faster than my bracket after the first round of March Madness. DeJounte Murray's out with a torn Achilles. Herb Jones and Trey Murphy are toast too. It's like the roster's auditioning for a medical drama. With 7 games left, this feels like a white flag. Are they tanking? You bet your cape they are. Let's talk standings and strategy. At 21-54, the Pelicans are one spot above the Jazz in the West basement. Shutting down Zion, and CJ screams, lottery or bust, and all eyes are on Cooper Flagg, that Duke freshman who's got NBA GMs drooling like Thanos eyeing an infinity stone. Flagg's a 6'9", do-it-all stud, scoring, defending, maybe even staying healthy, unlike some people we know. If the Pelicans snag that no one picked, they might just have a Zion 2.0 who can actually play 70 games. Tank City, baby. New Orleans is all in for the Flagg sweepstakes. But here's the million-dollar question. Well, $193 million in Zion's case. Can this team keep building around him? When he's on, he's a top 20 talent, 24.6 points, 7.2 boards, 5.3 dimes this year. But when he's on is rarer than a unicorn sighting. CJ's 21.1 points and steady leadership are great, but at 33, his clock's ticking too. The Pelicans are a mess. Do they trade Zion for scraps and start over with Flagg, or keep hoping he magically turns into Mr. Reliable? Spoiler, I wouldn't bet on it. That's the rundown, Avengers. Zion's 24.6 points and CJ's 21.1 points are sidelined. The Pelicans are tanking harder than a bad movie sequel, and Cooper Flagg might be their last hope. What's your take? Blow it up or keep the faith? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button if you love the roast, and subscribe for more unfiltered heat. This is Athletic Avengers signing off. Stay savage, fam.